Super Bowl 43. It's about time I really got down to what I think about it. You guys already know my pick, but I'm going to talk about it a little bit here. So I was thinking about this game pretty much all through the last 2 weeks. I've been thinking about it a lot. You know, obviously Pittsburgh is the favorite. They're not huge favorites, but they're significantly sized favorites. And as the last 2 weeks have gone on, a lot of people have been shifting toward Arizona. Arizona can no longer say, if they win this game, nobody believes in us. Because people are believing in them a lot. It's a little surprising, I think. I think a lot of people would have looked at this game and just decided to go with Pittsburgh because it seems like the obvious pick. But over time, a lot of people went with Arizona. So, you know, I was thinking about this game. I'll say the same stuff I've said earlier. The Pittsburgh defense, you know, it's obviously the best defense this year, one of the better defenses we've ever seen. I think the Arizona offense should be able to match up with them because the Arizona offense was the best in the league this year, I think. And ever since the playoffs started, they've been running the ball pretty well, which is something they didn't do in the regular season. So I think I like them to take that matchup, the Pittsburgh defense versus the Arizona offense. I don't like them to take it. I like them to be able to, on occasion, you know, move the ball and score. I don't think the Pittsburgh defense is going to completely stonewall them. So, you know, I think Arizona is going to be able to put up something like 20, 21 points, maybe 24. I don't know, but I think they'll get their points. The other side is the Pittsburgh offense versus the Arizona defense, and I like the Arizona defense in this matchup. I think some people don't think the Arizona defense is very good. I think it's a little better than a lot of people think, because the way they played through most of the regular season was not favorable for good defensive performances. When you score as fast as Arizona did, when you score as much as Arizona did, when you're passing the ball as much as Arizona did, and when you're as turnover prone as Arizona, your defense is not going to play at their highest capability. A team like, I don't know, a lot of times the elite defenses in the league have an offense that goes slow, methodical, runs the ball a lot, you know. So you look at the Arizona offense, you look at the Arizona defense. You look at the numbers and you'll say, well, they're not very good, but I think they're a little better than those numbers. I like them to get 1 or 2 turnovers in this game, hopefully big turnovers. I like them to get pressure. I like them to stop the run. I definitely think they're going to stop the run in this game. That's my first thought in this game, actually. That the way these lines match up, I like Willie Parker to be shut down. There's going to be a lot of quarterback pressure in this game. Kurt Warner is a statue. The Arizona offensive line is hit and miss. Pittsburgh's offensive line is subpar. I think Arizona's going to get after them. I like the Arizona defensive, you know, mindset. They do get after the quarterback. They do make a lot of plays. So I like them there. For Arizona to win this game, you know, again, I'm picking Arizona to win. I think the score is going to be something like 20-16. I really thought about it. And, you know, Pittsburgh's the obvious pick, but, you know, I'm getting the feeling about Arizona. I think one factor in this game that some people might not consider too much, and sometimes, you know, it doesn't work out like this, but which person in this matchup has the most to gain and the most to lose in this game? That's something I think we should consider. The answer to that question is Kurt Warner. Kurt Warner, if he wins this game, he goes down as one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. It does so much to his reputation. If he loses this game, then, you know, it doesn't hurt his reputation, but it really does. It's a big difference between winning and losing this game for a guy like Kurt Warner, because this might be his last hurrah. So Kurt Warner has the most to gain and the most to lose in this game. So I think that's one thing you got to consider. You know, special teams, I think, is pretty much even. I think Pittsburgh has the better return game. Arizona's got the better kicker. and it seems like Arizona is more likely to do something like block a punt or force a fumble on special teams or something like that. But I thought about it. Really, I mean, this is the kind of game where I spend the last 2 weeks talking myself into picking the Cardinals, and in between Kurt Warner's third and fourth interception, I'll be ready to hang myself. But I'm going to go ahead and do it, man. Might as well. I'll say I'm rooting for Arizona. Again, I got some messages asking me, am I going to root for Arizona because of the NFC West thing? Again, I'll say it again, I'm pretty much neutral on that whole thing. I don't really consider Arizona a huge rival or anything like that. I don't have any particular reason to hate them. I don't know any Arizona fans. I know some Rams fans and a lot of Niners fans, but, it's a little different. So, that's what I got out of this game. I think that if Kurt Warner, because the Cardinals are going to probably pass the ball a ton in this game, if you keep throwing it up to Fitzgerald and Bolden, and I don't care what defense you're going up against, eventually it's going to work. If you keep testing their corners, eventually it's going to work, and maybe that's what Arizona needs to do in this game. Because Pittsburgh's offense is probably not going to be able to score that much. They just need to keep challenging, and eventually something good should come out of it. And that's all I got, so I'm out. See you guys after the game.